Win Dixie with Raven Dixie Line. I am today sitting down with two of my bikers from the year. We have Big Snow, the founder of Bad Habits NCSC. How are you today, Big Snow?
Good, how about you?
I am doing well. And we also have RamRodd, the co-founder of Naptown Riders. How are you today, RamRodd?
I'm well.
It's good. So I've had the opportunity to sit down with both of you guys and get two different point of views on the set from both of you all. And I feel like there was one thing that's like near and dear to me that we really hadn't discussed, but what I actually love about the set is how you all reach back into the community on a personal level and influence younger guys and the younger generation to kind of move in a different direction and keep them somewhat out of trouble or in situations that aren't beneficial to them. So I want to hit on that a little bit more starting out. So Snow, what do you think your duty is to the younger generation to be a positive mentor and someone for them to look up to?
Well, I mean, it's like, just, you know, when I see a young guy, you know, and young guy doesn't mean younger than me. He can actually just be new to the set. You know, he could just be green. He got into it, but greet him, hey, shake his hand, how you doing? And just to kind of make him feel the same way I would make RamRodd feel. So, you know, let him know he's part of the set. And basically, like, if I see something that's out of line, or if I got some advice, I'll slide it to him. This guy right here gave me some advice one time. I used to be like a firecracker. He gave me some advice one day, and I listened to him. I never did it again, and it just kind of made me grow into to a better person, you know, or whatever. I'm sorry, to a better steward. Let me change that.
Yeah.
But I mean, but for the young guys, it's just like they gotta, you know. You know, if you was at our annual last week, I stressed how important a ramrod is, or a two-shy, or a Sambo, or a T-Bone, or somebody that's been around for 20 years. You know, you can't be around 20 years out here on a motorcycle set and just be here. You got to be here for something. So, you know, even though, you know, RamRodd can't do 150 miles per hour on a sport bike, that don't make him less of a man, because you got 30 young cats that can do it.
Right.
We done been to more friends than that.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, that's just pretty much something else. It's more to the young guys. Most of it's gonna be for the young guys. They got to experience something or go through something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's what I have to do. Mm-hmm. And then if you are a good steward of your club, your organization, then you teach your club members, mm-hmm. and then they teach whoever they sponsor, and then it just rolls on just like that. This is what I think.
So RamRodd, what do you think? Like, what's your?
Well, I think a lot of young guys need to do this. Take the cotton out of their ears and put it in their mouth. I'll let anybody know on the set, old school or young school. I'm always gonna tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I can't afford to tell nobody a lie because it jeopardizes my integrity.
Right.
So I got, you know, cat been in the club or been on the set a couple of years, or to my brother Snow that's been out here doing it for a while, riding and crossing state lines and whatnot, you know. I give him the same advice as I would a younger brother. Mm-hmm. And like he said, I talked to a brother yesterday about his color situation. He had on a black vest, and I had to tell him about a black denim.
Okay, so yeah, make that clear. A black vest.
Denim.
We all wear black vests.
Yeah, we all wear black vests, but this is leather and you got denim. Mm-hmm. He had on a denim one, and I told him, I said, you know, you have to change that up a little bit, bruh. And he said, well, RamRodd, coming from you, I'm gonna change it up. Mm-hmm. I accept that. I said, well, you know, I appreciate it, you know. But younger guys got to, they think that because we're old school, old fashioned is old and it need to be gone. Well, you know what I tell them too is, get some of what I'm trying to get you to understand and get some of your knowledge that you understand and merge them together, and then you can come up with a pretty good situation for yourself. And then you teach other younger brothers, you know. My thing on the set now is to reach and teach, because I got a wealth of knowledge, the travels, the places I've gone and been, situations that I've been in and whatnot. It would be a good example for you guys to use. You know, you might not fare out as well as I did, but you'll know how to handle a situation.
Right.
But they first got to be open-minded.
Right. And I think that's where it comes into play, what Snow was touching on. Like, he was more open to accepting the knowledge of the older generation after extreme loss. So do you think maybe that plays a part in it? Like, some people are just more open to it in the beginning, but then some people have to experience it.
I think a lot of guys got to experience the school, what we always said, school of hard knocks. I think they're gonna have to get a couple of lumps and bumps on their head
Right.
before they can understand what really
Exactly.
lesson is about lesson.
Yes.
When you learn them that way, kind of stick with you more than I can verbally tell a brother, you know.
But you guys never give up. Y'all keep on reinforcing that positive mentorship.
Oh,
No
yeah.
matter how many times you have to say it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you guys do a good job of just continuously being there.
Yeah.
So when I interviewed Ramrod, we kind of hit on a subject, but we didn't really dove all the way into it. But it was females on the set, in any capacity, whether they're an MC or an SC or property. I just wanted to get you all's kind of point of view or feel of that, because there's so many ideas of what position females should play on the set, no matter if they're MC, SC, or property. So, Ramrod, we'll start with you.
Females do have a place on the set in our universe, our society here. But there's a place that they gotta recognize. There's a place where they should know where they fit, their purpose. They you know, and it is. I can't see a female being the president or vice president of a MC, male of a club or mixed club or whatever. If she went somewhere else, crossed state lines, she would get no respect. None. When she got to deal with 1%ers, she would get none. Because primarily guys only address another man. See, they're not going to listen to a woman. Because I've had that situation. And I told her, I said, baby girl, what you need to do is give me your president. Well, I'm the vice president. No, I ain't got nothing to say to you, sweetie. I need to talk to the man in charge.
Right.
And you're not a man.
Right.
Now, for these females go in these social clubs, that they need to learn their place. Because they out here stinking up the set. Lord, I want to say what I want to say.
No, say whatever you need to say.
A lot of females out here in these social clubs that know they got to have a MC sponsor, and they letting this dick and pussy thing get in the way.
Did you say dick and pussy?
Yeah.
He's allowed to say it. It's YouTube.
Baby, close your ears. She talking about penis and swipe over here. Penis and vagina. Close your ears, baby.
And a lot of guys is falling down by doing that with them.
Do you think that that's new, or do you think that that's as old as time?
Well, you know, it's old, but it is not like it is now. It's not like it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then property is?
And PO's properties, pretty much, there's two sets of properties in clubs. In a regular 99% club, you would have a property of the club, for example, property of Dirty South Riders, and then you can have personal properties of a member of Dirty South Riders. That could be his wife or his fiance or lady or whatever. And property of the club is just that. She hangs with the club, she does whatever the club asks her to do to help the club out. So if they're having a function, we need you to go in there and help cook fish, we need you to do this, we need you at the door or whatever, searching ladies or whatever, you know, that's the other kind of PO property of the club. But that, like I said, personal properties and property of the club.
Okay, Snow, the same to you. He hit on a little bit about property and the definition of property, but not so much as like what the role of an SC is and what the role of a female MC is on the set. So explain that and then go into detail about your point of view about all of that.
As far as SCs and female roles, I think that I can only just speak for myself and my organization. Like I said, and the organization that I belong to, we have female MCs in our club, and we have an attached SC. And when I say attached, we rock the same patch. So, and number one, coming through the door, if you allow that in your organization, you got to teach them when they come to the door what they're part of.
Because not all MCs allow
right. Like
females
Ram said,
at all.
like Ram said, if you go to a different state, you go up north, you go down farther south, it's just almost like you might as well leave them in the room or be ready to defend what you got. So, you know, if you like Babs MC, their first and foremost commitment is Babs MC. So, and then it's the set. So, in order for them to succeed outside the set, they got to succeed inside Babs MC. So, I might get a call. I got a call from Memphis. A couple of my SCs was out of hand. The MCs ain't trying to talk to no SC president. They want to talk to some man that's in charge of they organization. And when that phone call was made, of course, you can imagine what happened after that. What I'm getting at, that's where it all starts. You know, it starts in-house. So if you can't teach your SCs or your female MCs that this is a man's world, that you're in a motorcycle club, that most MCs, they can shake your hand and do this, but the respect, I'm not gonna say it ain't gonna never be there, but it ain't what you think it is. And what you need to do is just play your role and contribute to the set versus throwing out the whoop tickets. You know, like Ram said, I'm not gonna say the words he said because, you know, I'm trying to be a good steward, but a lot of the SCs that come with the drama, and you ask, you like, hey, is it brand new? No, it's not brand new. I remember when we used to be on Bad Habit, we used to be at the Babs Clubhouse on Dixon Road back in 2009, 2010. But we almost basically got the same people and everybody was doing the same thing. But I think the problem is, I'm gonna throw it back on some of the MCs. Some of the MCs done got watered down. And what I mean by that, instead of them manning up, you know, I think I heard RamRodd say something about pillow talk one time or whatever that may be. But they pass information to SCs how they feel about another MC, and I'm not messing with him. I'm not messing with that club. F that club. They think that they pillow talking, but what they doing is teaching something they don't need to be teaching. Because guess what? The SCs do the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. And that's pretty much, that sum it up right there. If you stand, you know, if MCs would stand their ground, that's another problem. You got MCs, right? I'm an MC. Fuck that, I'm a man first. And that's another problem. A lot of people think I'm an MC, no, I'm a man first. When you're a man, you control your own destiny. and if you doing this thing the way it's supposed to be, like it was taught, believe it or not, I mean, I know a lot of cats, but I still talk to a lot of cats that taught me that I can call and say, bro, what you think about this? I got cats right now that we so deep in the game, we don't even talk about the set no more. We talk about other stuff because we know how fucked up it is.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, but as far as women on the set, I think the men need to change some shit first, because they're only doing what they're taught to do. You know what I mean? Like I said, 10 years ago, it wasn't like this. We wasn't nowhere close. We could go somewhere. If somebody had a fish fry, it would look like an MC party because everybody would show up and support. But now, somebody don't mess with somebody don't mess with nobody, and it starts from the men. You know what I mean? And they doing, the women doing what they see the men do.
Right.
And the results is what we got now. Like I said, that's why in my organization, I don't know about nobody else's, but I try to maintain the education all the way across the board. And then when somebody call me and they say, Snow, I know you don't know that these girls is out here. You right, bro. I appreciate the call. And it's fixed just like that.
Yeah.
They all the way from Memphis, they done concluded to try to get their story together. Because of what we got going on, you know, with inside the organization.
Because you know they know better.
Because I know, correct.
So you hold them accountable.
Accountability. Ownership is what it's called.
Right, accountability, ownership.
Ownership is what it's
But
called.
if they don't have that proper education and understanding.
Right. Because number one, I'm not gonna let you, you're a female, you don't ride no motorcycle, you just here to have a good time in this world that we do. And you might do a bake sale, or you might fish, do a fish fry, but I'm not gonna let your ignorance get me jammed up with a 1% club or a club that I got good ties with, because you don't like what he said to you.
Yeah.
Well, you should have thought about that before you put the rags on. You know, it's just what it is. You know, I mean, you know, I can't do nothing about that. You know, but I mean, that's pretty much, you teach your people, and it's their job to, you know, execute what you taught them.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and like I said, and as far as social clubs in Nashville, I think it's a lot of animosity. I've been to a lot of social club parties and was really disappointed because, you know, usually ladies can take care of ladies, but the lack of support, the lack of people not showing up, it's almost looking like, you know, if you can't support your sister, you know, why are you here? At least do it for the cause. You know, but somebody mad because somebody found a screenshot or a text or something that some MC done sent, you know, and I ain't knocking the bros just gotta do better. You know what I'm saying?
And here's the thing, and you kind of
Or
touched on
get a
it.
phone like this.
Right,
You know what
you
I'm saying?
kind of touched on this in two ways. You said in the last 10 years you've seen a change, and then you touched on like screenshots and technology, I think, is moving forward.
Yeah.
We're not there, and I feel like it's affecting the set, and it's exposing people on a higher level, and I feel like that might be an issue.
Facebook.
You know, yeah.
Facebook.
Everybody's exposed now, so that might be a big issue.
You're probably right about that, but you ain't got nothing to hide with, you know, what
Exactly.
you worried about.
That's what I said, it exposes you for what you really are.
Right. You know, you ain't
Exactly.
got nothing to hide what you're worried about, but you know, everybody's different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but like I said, you can't bring back the Nap Town Clubhouse that was on Centennial. You can't bring back Unexplainable that was up on Fern. You can't bring back Fed Up that was on Dickinson Road. You can't bring up Bad Habit that was on Dickinson Road. You can't bring up Chief M that was out there off of what's that, outside.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, it was like, I mean, and I know you young and you hadn't been around as long as we've been around, but it was like when you walked in the clubhouse, it was you just wanted a cold beer, some chicken, and it was kind of like, what's up, bro? And you talked, and you know. But I think, when people come out and they do different stuff to their bikes, and somebody say, oh, they think he's better than it. It's just a snowball effect. Now, I got a question for you.
Yeah. Okay.
When you were riding in the 80s, I'm sorry, I'm not taking
Totally fine. Go
When
for
you
it.
was riding back in the 80s and earlier, was that ever a problem if you see a guy pull up, he got a new bike, did you just ride, or did somebody say, man, we ain't ride with that cat because he think he better than everybody? How did it work?
It worked like this, bro. You got a nice bike. You know, you looking good, looking clean. Let's go somewhere.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Wow.
It wasn't about, man, he think he got it. He wasn't, the guy with the new bike, he wasn't bragging or this or that, trying to let it shine. It was like, man, I got me another bike, man. I had to let that old girl go.
I got it.
And
Okay, so do you think that was in presentation in the way they presented their new bike, so it went over smoothly? Like it versus coming in like, this is my new shit. You know, like, respect is kind of a two-way street.
Yeah.
I feel like that, and I feel like that's not different. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I've not been around that long, but I just feel like that's not different.
It's guys that, you got braggers, guys that, you know, and I'm gonna tell you something, talk about the 80s and going back. I started out on a 750 Honda. A lot of guys nowadays go to the Harley shop and buy them a $30,000, $40,000 Harley, and they so proud of it. They never went through the hard knock time like I had. A 750 Honda, 1000 Kawasaki, 1100 Suzuki, and you know, progress like that. They was able enough to go out and get one, but they want to brag about it, you know. And it's your first motorcycle. It's your first bike. A whole bunch of them first bikes, no.
Yeah, I know.
You know, so you got these guys that want to chop it up about how bad his bike is, and hell, you don't even understand and know your bike your damn self.
Yeah.
Because bike is, like we talking about media, the bike is evolution of the motorcycle has changed as such. With me and that gold wing outside, I changed the oil, put good oil in, and I just keep on going.
Yeah.
But I think, getting back to your question, I think the best thing for us to do, and as old school has failed, is the old MC brothers has dropped the ball on education. And you got a lot of, not the brothers, you got a lot of ladies that's been in the clubs, don't teach the younger ladies how to present themselves. Not as a clapper or hoochie mama, but as a lady in the MC club.
Surely.
Yeah, and that has gotten out of hand. You know, even though we dropped the ball as men teaching men, but there are some ladies that's been in the club on the set for a long while that needs to teach other ladies.
Sisterhood, and what it's about.
And what it's about.
I totally agree. Totally agree. So Snow touched on support a little bit, and he just came off of his, what was it, your eighth annual.
Yeah.
And he is just one chapter. Bad Habits is just one chapter, and it is one of the biggest parties in Nashville. I feel like they have a lot of support, and
That's your opinion.
and well, that's my opinion, but I don't think it's a matter of opinion. I think it is a fact, and I just it's just.
Yeah, I do have a good set.
It's impressive and it's outstanding to me. So what do you credit that, all of that support from so many different places? What do you credit that to?
Well, personally, I credit that, as you say, the support based on not getting caught up in the hoopla. And when I say hoopla, like if Dirty South, for instance, they have an annual. And you know, it's September the 1st or whatever, and Bad Habits go, and we send 15 or 20 people. We have a good time and we shake it. Then our annual will come up in October, and Dirty South don't come. Well, guess what? The next annual, Dirty South has, we back again, because see, we really, we're a set club. You know, when you're a set club versus a personal issue club, that reminds people not only, because you could be in a club and have poor leadership, right? You can have a president, and you say, well, we're not going to Bad Habits, but Bad Habits send you 30. Some of your members gonna have to say, wait a minute, hold up, why we don't go to them and they send us 30? So it's kind of like an eye opener. You know what I mean? And we don't do it because we want to have a big party, but we like to go out, we like to have fun, we like to ride state to state, we don't like to post it on Facebook, we don't like to have the most miles, we don't like to be number one. We just been doing the same thing we were taught when we first hit Dickerson Road.
So it's very old school,
It's
personal.
It's old
just
school.
Person
It's
to person.
old school. And we'll come and see you, even if you don't come and see us. It's just, I mean, that's pretty much it. And everybody is cordial. Hey, thank you for coming. And you know, don't get me wrong. I mean, everybody didn't come, but that don't mean nothing. That means we're gonna still do what we've been doing.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, that's I think was the reason why it was the way it was. And plus, we got some key players in our club. We got a good DJ. We got some key players in our club that touch other people. And it's pretty much
Self-regulating.
Self-regulating.
Yeah.
So we got people in positions that can handle their own without a lot of supervision, but know how to, but don't go overboard to get the support we need.
Right.
So-
And the reason why I mention that, because I think it's so important to drop that knowledge on people that maybe don't know, and they need that direction of how to go to get that support. So
Yeah, we got clubs in the city that don't support each other.
yeah.
And I'm you know me, we stay out of the way, but you know, my eyes can see. But you know, I mean, you know, that's something that they got to work on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, but it didn't used to be like that. You know,
Yeah.
we used to go to the auction barn. You ever been there?
Auction barn, that was like 10 years ago, right?
Oh man, we used to go to the auction barn, and it was like,
Dickerson Road, right?
look at it, it's where they sold the cars. They still there. They still sell cars there.
Yeah.
But we had a brother that's still around, old T-Bone, and he used to let us rent that place out, man, and
Fill it up.
And we would fill it up.
Yeah.
Fill it all the way up. Cold, rain, it didn't matter. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that with no incidents, no fight, no arguing, everybody taking pictures, you know, it was just a different time then.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just what it was. But now, it seems like everybody want to be number one.
I got something to add to why more than likely they have a good set.
Okay.
Is when your club walk in the door, pay your donation, give your donation. You have on the table, you got a sign-in sheet. Okay, now, quite sure Snow and them read the people off when they have head count, color count, and say, we're gonna find out when these guys having a party. We're gonna find out when these guys having a party. We find out, and then he got folks like he said is in charge of this or that, and said make a call and find out when the Renegades are having their party, their anniversary, or a rock throwing contest. You see, and then they show up at them people's party, which gravitates back to you. Then you got, that's how you build your crowd up like that. When they have a set, when you have your set, that sign-in sheet, you go visit the people that visit you.
Yeah.
And that's how you do it, huh? Got feedback about me being the co-founder of Naptown Riders. You can look in Webster. Like I said, I'm a teacher, on this set. And if you would Google co-founder, if you would look in Webster Dictionary and look up the word co-founder, it would tell you 2 or more individuals starting a venue. So that's the problem. That's their problem. I don't have a problem. Is that when Remus, Snake, and myself sat down and discussed Nashville chapter Naptown Riders, it was 3 of us. Whatever you get out of that, that's on you. But that's co-founders.
All right, Snow, what about you?
From my last interview, I haven't really got any feedback, and I pretty much say, I say what needs to be said. I don't have no regrets. I just speak the truth. I don't, if nobody has said anything to me, good or bad. So, but I will give you some advice today, as far as other clubs that a lot of clubs always have advice and have something to say about like how this should be done or what you should be doing. And I think that before you throw out some advice or do this, you need to make sure your house is straight. So, you know, my advice is that, you know, clean your own house before you try to clean up somebody else's house. Now, if somebody asks you for some advice, that's one thing. But when you start talking about what they're doing, what they're not doing, and you ain't right, the numbers just don't add up. So, and that right there will go a long way.
Yeah.
Every president, MC, SE, if you take care of your own house and know that you're right, you should feel good at night.
I'm still learning. I will always have my ears and mind open to learn from a guy that's been on the set 2 years or a guy that's been on the set like me for 40 years. One thing that I did learn is if you see a bike on the highway broke down, pretty much I'm gonna stop anyway. But if you see a helmet sitting down at the back tire, that biker's in distress. So, like I said, I'm here to learn, teach, and preach. You know, biker 101.
That's important.
You know, that's important because if you're out there on the highway, broke down, whatever, take your helmet off and set it down at your back tire. And then a guy that's probably knowledgeable enough to know that you're in distress, and he will pull over and help you out. I've done it a whole bunch of times.
That's important. What he just said is important.
Yeah, I've done it a whole bunch of times. So,
Yeah.
So it's just a few things like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I just want to thank both of you guys for everything that you've contributed to Raymond Dixieline and the set this entire year. I want you to be inspired to keep on doing the great job that you're doing by mentoring the set in a huge way, because whether or not you know it, you are making a difference. So just keep that up, and thank you guys. I love both of you guys dearly, and I appreciate it. So,
That's good to know. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you for having us.